Hi, Suzanne. Thanks for joining us today. I just wonder if you want to give a quick intro first of all.
Hello, my name's Suzanne Mumford, and I've been working with people living with dementia for most of my career, and I'm a specialist within the sector.
Okay, thank you, Suzanne. So as we look into the future, and especially within the care sector and having an aging population and increase in dementia cases, I just wonder what your thoughts were around how the training sector can.
So the training sector itself, I think, can support in many ways. What we're seeing at the moment within the care of older people sector is that there has been a change in the demographic, really, of the people who provide care now. So we have an older population and we have a much younger population of people providing care. And therefore, their educational needs are different. The way that they learn, the way that they address their learning is different. So being flexible, being able to meet the needs of people who are very familiar with working online and meet the needs of people who are much less familiar with working online, and blending those two resources, I think will be incredibly useful going forward and absolutely essential. But we also do need to have that element of face-to-face to enable colleagues to really get to grips with the stories, the pictures of what it's like to receive care. And I think that blend that Impact Futures gives us really will be beneficial. And I think going forward, the future will always need people delivering really high quality education to our learners.
Okay, excellent. And how do you see those trained professionals then shaping the future workforce?
I think in terms of trained professionals shaping the future workforce, there's the role of the care professional, the role of the people who are delivering care is becoming more and more specialist. We are becoming more and more knowledgeable, particularly around dementia care. But again, there's that need for empathy and compassion as well as knowledge and skills. And it's much more difficult to train empathy and compassion than it is knowledge and skills. So blending that into the future development of training and education. You can train animals, but you need to educate humans, and you need to help humans to understand the intricacies of supporting other humans, whether that's adults or whether it's children. And I think that's something that tends really well in terms of supporting learners to understand the people that they're caring for or working with.
Yeah, and then in terms of the sector, obviously there's always challenges around retention. So, do you think that training can support with the retention of those key workers as well?
I think that training and education are really important for us to retain people, particularly when people see it as part of their career progression. But what they want to know is that the training that they're going to receive is not only valued, but valuable, that it's really good quality training and that it has currency outside their existing workplace. Not that they particularly want to move on, but they want to know that it actually meets the standards and has national recognition. So in terms of retention, we know that where colleagues are given, where staff are given additional training, they're able to develop their knowledge and skills. They are more likely to stay within particularly the caring professions for longer because they know what they're doing, they know how to do things, and they recognize that their skills are continuously being developed.
So in terms of the sector, we have a good understanding of the pressures that it's under, but how important do you think it is that organisations understand that we're knowledgeable around what those pressures and realities are?
Yeah, the care industry or the care sector at the moment is undergoing quite a lot of development. We're looking at what the future looks like with an older population in particular. And I think that we need to be working closely with our training providers to enable us to get to a point where we can be as flexible as possible in not only the content but the method of delivery. So I think working with the TENS has enabled us to really understand the benefits of the training that can give us, but also for us to feed in and help them to develop the courses that are actually absolutely essential to the care workforce. And having that specialist knowledge, knowing that people working within TEND got specialist knowledge themselves, but they're also collaborating with the care sector is incredibly valuable to us and absolutely essential.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting what you said around like the younger workforce and how they're more IT savvy. So, how we have to change and adapt the way we deliver all the times. I just know kind of what else your thoughts are, kind of like what the future is going to look like in terms of how the care sector could be supported with training.
I think there's going to be a lot more experiential learning using technology. I think that as we move forward, that people, because it's AI and because gaming is so much more present in our lives now, I think that what we're seeing is much more opportunity for virtual reality, for gaming types of education, and therefore helping people to get much more experience through their learning than perhaps it used to be with PowerPoint and somebody standing at the front of the class or showing people how to do things. I think what we're seeing is very exciting at the moment in the training and education platform in terms of people actually being able to do things. And you see it in acute medicine now that doctors are being taught to do surgery through virtual reality. I think that will be very similar and incredibly beneficial for care staff and people working within the care sector.
Yeah, good. Gamification has been quite a popular term being used recently, isn't it? Just to help with that. Yeah, that's really interesting. Okay, then just got kind of one final question from me, really, and that have you got more seen or had experience of any examples where the training supported has met those CQC requirements around dementia?
Well, we're seeing it more and more frequently now. All of the inspectorates, all of the regulatory bodies across England, Scotland, and Wales are now looking much more closely at what training is done and how it's delivered. And they will mention that in the CQC reports or the Care Inspectorate Scotland or Wales reports if they feel that it's really beneficial and it's made a significant impact to the care that's being delivered. So I think more and more we're looking to showcase what our training does and how it enables people to work better with people, particularly with cognitive impairment, because there's such a stigma still around dementia. I think that if we can demonstrate through our learning and development that actually our teams are better, they're more specialist at looking after people and their families who are living with somebody with dementia, then the regulators will actually acknowledge that. And as I say, I see that more and more frequently now in inspection reports across the three nations.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you very much.